The disappearance of Jay Slater, the 19-year-old apprentice bricklayer from Oswaldtwistle, has sparked an avalanche of theories, whispers, and social media storms since the day he vanished. But now, as his grieving family continues to navigate the unrelenting nightmare of uncertainty, they have been forced to confront a new wave of online cruelty, trolls claiming they have seen Jay alive and well, shopping at Sainsbury's, or even cheering at a pub during the Euros. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. According to a close family representative, these false claims are not only sickening, but also profoundly damaging to the family's fragile attempts to cope with their loss. The birth of bizarre rumors. From the very beginning, Jay's case has been a magnet for speculation. The teenager disappeared while on holiday in Tenerife, sparking a frantic search across rugged terrain and triggering worldwide headlines. When his body was eventually found weeks later, his devastated mother, Debbie, and brother, Zach, spoke about the unbearable wait for answers and the heavy shadow left over their lives. Yet, in the murky corners of social media, the story didn't end there. Within days of news breaking, anonymous accounts began sharing wild sightings. Jay in the queue at a Sainsbury's checkout. Jay sat at a bar watching England's Euros match. Jay walking casually down a northern high street as if nothing had happened. "These stories are pure fabrication," said the family's appointed spokesperson. "We cannot begin to imagine what sort of twisted mind invents them, but they are not only false, they are deeply cruel." Every time one of these rumors appears, Jay's mom receives fresh messages asking if it could be true. It rips the wound open again. The toll on the family. For Debbie Slater, who has barely spoken publicly since laying her son to rest, the rumors cut especially deep. According to the family rep, she has struggled even to step outside without feeling the weight of strangers' eyes, some pitying, some judgmental, others simply curious. Debbie has been through the unimaginable, the rep continued. To suggest her son is out shopping in Sainsbury's, as if his death was some kind of hoax, is horrific. It's cruel gaslighting of a grieving mother. And what's worse, it distracts from the real tragedy: a young man's life cut short and a family torn apart. Zach, Jay's older brother, has also reportedly lashed out privately at the comments, saying that people online treat his siblings' death like it's some kind of Netflix mystery, instead of a very real, very painful loss. Social media sleuths gone too far. The rise of so-called internet sleuths has changed the landscape of missing person cases. While many begin with genuine concern and crowdsourced efforts to spread awareness, in Jay's case, the line between help and harm was quickly crossed. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Conspiracy theories flourished, with groups on Facebook and TikTok dissecting every detail of the case, from CCTV footage to the last known phone signal. Some claimed authorities were hiding information, others pushed wild suggestions of gang involvement, staged disappearances, or international cover-ups. The Sainsbury's and pub stories appear to have stemmed from those same circles. Screenshots of supposed sightings began circulating, usually accompanied by blurry photographs of men who only vaguely resembled Jay. "People are treating this tragedy like a game," said the rep. "It's not a game. It's real people's lives." Debbie is a mother who had to bury her son. She doesn't need trolls telling her that he's secretly alive and having a pint. Why do trolls do it? Psychologists often point to a mix of attention-seeking, thrill-chasing, and the anonymity of the internet as key motivators for trolls who spread false information. Some simply enjoy sowing chaos. Others convince themselves they are helping uncover a hidden truth. But for families like the Slaters, those motives are irrelevant. The damage is the same. These rumors re-traumatize loved ones, explained grief counselor Marissa Coleman, who has worked with families impacted by high-profile cases. It can feel like they're stuck in a loop. Every new lie forces them to relive the uncertainty and confusion of those first awful days. A public statement of defiance. In response, the family rep issued a rare and direct public statement. Jay is not at Sainsbury's. He is not at the pub watching the Euros. He is not walking down the high street. He is gone, and our family is left with the unbearable task of mourning him. Anyone who spreads these lies should be ashamed. "You are not helping, you are harming." The message struck a chord with supporters, many of whom flooded social media with sympathy and anger on the family's behalf. "The trolls should be arrested," wrote one supporter on X, formerly Twitter. Another added, "Leave this poor family alone. Haven't they suffered enough?" A parallel with other cases. Jay's story is not unique in this respect. Other grieving families have faced similar cruelty online, claims of fake deaths, staged funerals, or hidden lives. The internet's obsession with mystery often collides with the human reality of grief. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. When Nicola Bulley disappeared in Lancashire, her family too had to contend with bizarre rumors, from psychic predictions to false sightings. The parallel has not been lost on Jay's relatives, who fear that, unless stronger protections are introduced, no grieving family will be safe from the same treatment. Calls for accountability. The family rep has also called for platforms to do more to stop the spread of false information, especially in cases involving vulnerable grieving families. "It shouldn't be possible for people to invent a lie about seeing Jay at Sainsbury's and have it go viral within hours," they said. "There must be safeguards, reporting mechanisms, and accountability. Otherwise, this cycle of cruelty will never stop." Legal experts note that while defamation laws technically exist, applying them to anonymous online trolls is often a complicated and expensive process. "It's the Wild West out there," said one solicitor. Families are left with very little recourse except to beg for decency. The emotional ripple effect. What many outsiders fail to realize is the ripple effect these lies have on the wider circle of friends, extended family, and community. In Oswald, where Jay grew up, locals have reportedly had to field uncomfortable questions from people who read the rumors online. His old football teammates have been sent screenshots asking if they've seen him back in town. Even Jay's teachers have been tagged in posts implying he faked his disappearance. "It's like living in a nightmare that never ends," one family friend said. "First you lose Jay. Then you have to bury him. And then, just when you're trying to grieve, you have strangers insisting he's alive and you're lying about everything. It's beyond cruel." Holding on to the truth. Amid the noise, Jay's family continues to cling to the truth that he was a funny, big-hearted teenager who loved football, banter with friends, and his close-knit family. Debbie has kept his bedroom just as it was, with posters on the wall and his football boots by the door. Zach has said he still expects to hear Jay bounding into the room, cracking jokes. Their reality is one of absence, not conspiracy. "Every time someone says he's alive at a pub, it denies us our truth," the family rep said. "The truth is we lost him. The truth is our home feels empty without him. The truth is grief, not mystery." The bigger picture. The controversy surrounding the false sightings raises wider questions about the way modern tragedies are consumed. In an era of viral content, even grief can become entertainment. But Jay's family has drawn a line. They will not allow trolls to hijack his memory with lies. Jay deserves to be remembered for who he was, not for the conspiracy theories that strangers invent about him, the rep concluded. "If people really care, they should show kindness, not cruelty. Let his family grieve. Let his memory rest in peace." A plea for compassion. As the Euros continue and Sainsbury shoppers go about their daily routines, the Slater family's plea echoes louder than ever. Stop the lies. "Every cruel rumor is another knife in the wound," the rep said. "If you wouldn't walk up to a grieving mother and tell her to her face that her son is alive at the pub, then don't say it online. Compassion costs nothing. Silence, when you have nothing kind to say, costs even less." For Debbie and her family, the hope now is not for false sightings or miracle returns, but for peace. Peace from trolls, peace from rumors, and peace to finally remember Jay not as a headline, but as a son, a brother, and a friend. Subscribe the channel to get such videos.